going? So I'm half British and half Indian. That's why I look like Osama bin Laden's son. Other people say I look like Freddie Mercury fucked Borat.
My name is Felix, and Felix in Latin means happy, which sucks for me because that means my name's gay. And speaking of gay, I do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. But ever since that war started out in Gaza, I started calling it Brazilian Jitsu for solidarity.
I have a diabetic face. I love my coffee, but my coffee just wants to be friends. Friends with benefits, messes with my body and then just leaves. Thank you. So I'm going to solve some of your problems tonight. Has anyone got like an easy problem they want to yell out, or am I going to start force-feeding problems out of you people? No one's got a problem? Alright. You're right in the front row, I looked at you. Have you got a problem you want me to solve? Everything's good.
Tiny penis.
Hairy penis?
Tiny penis.
Tiny penis? Easy. Big gay. Suck dick. That is the most solvable problem ever. Get fucked in your ass and come back. Fuck. Give me something like that actually needs solving, not just a man who hasn't come out of the closet yet, please. Come on, sure there's something better than that. Anyone got another one?
Shit comedian.
Shit comedian? Easy, kill yourself. Do us all a favour, no one likes you, you fucking suck, just go die. I've thought about doing it. Bit too dark, sorry. I have. So now you got to think about that, assholes. Have we got another problem someone's got for me?
Cheated on.
A what?
Cheated on.
Of peated on?
Cheated.
Cheated on? Oh, easy. Fuck his dad. Just become his stepmom and ground him for 6 years.
Came from Bunbury. Oh, it's a shithole, I know. Speaking of Bunbury, I have a lot of experience with drugs from there. Only drugs I don't really have experiences is with Ozempic, as you can see.
And just last year I got my Australian citizenship, and right after my dad came to visit me to celebrate. But one day we're walking down the road, right? And my dad looks at me and goes, "Now then, what does being a real Australian really mean? Show me." Then I said, "Okay, I'll show you." And I told him to go back to his country.
Anyone used to rollerblade? Yeah, rollerblading was so cool, and then someone decided it was gay. No one rollerbladed again. And I remember the day it happened for me because I was rollerblading to school, minding my own business, and I heard a voice yell out, "Hey, nice rollerblades, you homo!" Thanks, Mum. See you after school. Appreciate it.
Actually, I did my regional work doing traffic control, and honestly, the people you work with in traffic control is wild. I swear, in order to get hired, you have to be like a sex offender, or a meth addict, or Irish. You know, like there was one day I was working and my boss came up to me and another guy and he's like, "Hey look, we actually don't have work for the two of you today. One of you gets to go home and decide amongst yourselves." And I jumped straight in. I was like, "Look, I really need the money. Can I stay on?" And he goes like, "I really need the money too. I'm homeless." Well, one of us has rent to pay, so you know.
So as you can tell by the accent, I'm English. Yeah, any more English in here? Yeah! Oh, fuck, I thought we'd just been taking on these fuckers. Any Irish in here? Hey, oh, I love the Irish. I used to work in Ireland. I made a fortune over there. In the times of the Troubles, I was smuggling condoms in there. Yeah, I used to put them inside bags of heroin.
No, I did. I grew up on a dairy farm. We had 98 dairy cows, 99 if you count my sister.
Like I punched it into Google, how do you keep a pot plant alive, right? And Google said give it plenty of water, give it plenty of sunlight, and then give it away, because you're fucking useless. I know, I just slammed my laptop shut, threw it onto the pile of dead ferns in the corner, you know? This Aussie mate says to me, mate, you should try growing natives. And I was like, oof. You know? I said, bro, I don't know that I can walk into Bunnings wearing this accent, you know? And be like, I'd like to buy a native, please, you know? It must be a very strong native. Able to survive on very little water, okay? Can you imagine some poor little kid in Bunnings? What happened to your last one, sir? No, I killed it, you know? Neglect, yeah. Because you guys hear the accent and you just assume the worst, you know? But I just want to make my barbecue area look pretty. So I was like, I want to hang this one. Where do you keep your chains, you know?
Have a little sit down. I've got a dodgy leg, I've got a dodgy knee, but I do like your great country. They've prescribed me medicinal cannabis for it, so I can have an inflamed joint for my inflamed joint. But I had surgery on it last year in Scotland, man, and it was rough. They had to put a catheter in. Not my knee. If you don't know what a catheter is, it's a pipe up the bell end. You know my man. It's exactly how it feels. It'll be a weird moment to find out you're into that. Well, like, Mr. Pringle, you've not managed to pass any urine, but there's quite a lot of ejaculate in that bag.
I got fired from working at Coles when I was 18. We were doing volleyball with toilet rolls over the aisles of the Coles, and they have cameras in every second aisle, so the footage was in my mate's aisle but not in my aisle. They showed us the next day, he hits it over, no camera, and it just comes back. And they were like, we know that was you. I was like, you fucking don't, man. You just proved that you don't. That was a customer. They loved it. I was just...